Modern Workplace Tips, Quick How-To Demos. Hi, I am your host, Michael Giannotti. As always, today's presentation is brought to you by PowerPoint Recording, the quick and easy way to capture ideas and processes as shareable video for your organization. Today's presentation is going to be around OneNote Playback for meetings. Our requisite disclaimer, any views, opinions, and or demos in this video are purely the expressions of Michael Giannotti and not my employer. Demos are as is, use at your own risk. All right, so here we are. We're in OneNote for Windows 10, and the other day I was at a client site and we were talking about Surface Hub and the things that were upcoming with Teams integration, and we were talking about whiteboarding and a number of other features. One of the ideas that came up with that client, one of the questions they had, was around the fact that, look, if we create these, if we're doing whiteboarding, what about people that want to actually view back kind of what happened, or we want to review the process in which something was drawn out, architected, etc. Well, that brings us up to the whole idea of playback in OneNote for Windows 10. So here we are. You can see, with a typical Windows 10 OneNote, we can go in and we can add things. And I've created, this is a demo notebook I have set up, but I have a page called Playback Demo. And under the View tab, excuse me, you'll notice there is a feature called Replay, Selected Content. So let's take a look at how that works. I'm just going to click into my OneNote, and I'm going to take out my trusty Surface Pen because, well, I'm using a Surface Book, right? One of the great ways to do productivity. And so I'm going to start to write. I'm going to say, let's see, this is me writing for a demonstration. Then perhaps I want to call this out as a little bullet point. I'm going to do a second one, and I'm going to say, this is me drawing below. So maybe I wanted to do some architectural diagrams. So I might say, we're talking about here's a web front end, here's a web front end, blah, blah, there we go. We got a load balancer. Obviously, these are not cloud aware, folks. Maybe I have some kind of mid-tier, whatever, MT, and it's all sitting on top of, oh, I don't know, SQL database. So there's our beautiful app. Now what I want to do is walk through and it could have been a much more complex diagram. I have a lot of friends I work with who frequently are reusing diagrams over and over, and they're having to draw them over and over. Well, what if they did it with timing? Let's take a look at what that might look like. So here we have the replay, and if we select that, it gives us an option. It says drag to select the area you want to replay. So I could do a select area of the screen or replay everything on the page. I'm going to select that, and here we go. We're watching it now as it's playing back in real time. This is me writing for, and it's following the same cadence and speed with which I created it, right? So you can see here it's going through, and it's, all this is visual elements that I created. So there we go, our web front end, our load balancer. It's going to go ahead and put the mid-tier, then the SQL database, and we could repeat it. But it's very simple, it's easy, and it allows me to then, again, create in advance of a meeting, possibly, an architectural diagram, or perhaps during a meeting, we want to see the build out again of something. Hey, what's the process by which we're going to roll this out? We can go ahead, highlight a section, and replay it back. So that's it. I mean, it's easy peasy, right? If you have OneNote for Windows 10, there's all kinds of things you can do. You can, maybe you're going to render that on another device, but I've got it here on my Surface Book. Maybe you have a Surface, maybe you have, a great device from a Lenovo, HP, or somebody else, and you've got, I don't know, a pen, and you're actually doing some drawing, some architecting, etc. you can use the playback feature to go through, select an area of it for playback, perhaps during the meeting where people want to see the process by which things will lay out, or you could even do your diagramming in advance and then just run it. Maybe you're somebody who gets a little nervous, but you're great at architecting the solution, drawing it out. Do it in advance, play it back, and let them see it. But that's it. So take a look. See how you can use it. I'd love to hear from you how you might find this useful, but take a look at OneNote for Windows 10. And I just want to thank you for joining me again. As always, if you have questions, want to connect with me, you can find me online at linkedin.com/Mike Giannotti, on Facebook at facebook.com/Michael Giannotti. You can find me over on Twitter at twitter.com/Giannotti. And finally, if you just want to see my goofy pictures and such that I post, you can find me over at Instagram at instagram.com/MGiannotti. That's it. I want to thank you for joining me again today for Modern Workplace Tips. This has been Michael Giannotti bidding you have a great day. Think PowerPoint playback, OneNote playback. Take care, and as always, ciao.